I see morning, bro. I missed this shit, bro. Missed being, in a sense, active. You have accumulated 500 hours of watch time. Okay, bro. First time opening the charts. Let's see if we get any opportunity today. Let's see. Steam, get the fuck out of here. The thing is, in Euro and all these pairs that have this big ass void, I would still prefer looking at shorts to fill this gap, but um, it doesn't necessarily look like we're getting it. It depends a lot on how we behave to this. If we inverse this, might be down on looking at shorts, but higher time frame we won't have much, just this big ass void, and we do have this overall area of resistance. That's why, yeah, shorts pretty much make a good choice, I would say, here, if we get enough confluence that we're reaching lower actually. So we're gonna see, but I like this. I like the buy sell liquidity that we swept right here, so I'm really expecting some shorts. It does depend, we might hold all these orders here, but we'll see. We can also hold this 50-minute and just look to draw higher towards the high. Let's see, let me remove some of the drawings. Oh my god, a lot of drawings. We have these. Oh, we tapped that 4 hour. Okay, so let's see. We had this small 4 hour that we reacted on. We had the sell side raid right here, and from there on we just imposed higher. I would say we're drawing, yeah, probably Geo's a bit better to be drawing higher because we haven't really took that internal high. I would say, yeah, we're pretty much chilling on reaching back into the high. What am I saying, bruh? So I would like Geo a bit better to be looking at buys. We have this very nice low resistant high, so this can be realistically a very no-brainer trade, a very simple trade. We're just looking to target the side. We have equal highs here. It's a bit better than Euro, I would say. We see Asia stronger than Euro, and we have equal highs here. So I actually like buying off here. If we get a sweep on London Open, we can easily look to be buying towards this high, I would say. So now I'm kind of making an analysis. We see AU is the strongest actually, but I don't really, I mean, we should probably still be drawn higher, but we are in this 4 hour reclaimed and the 4 hour consolidation area, almost in it. But yeah, I think I would prefer a bit more sells here. Let me, boom, bro, can I tap this? Okay, so like this, we have this 50-minute here. I would actually look at this to get inversed. We have this rate on liquidity, boom, and if we tap this and then inverse, I would like this to look at lower prices. Let's see, gold is very similar to the rest of the pairs, but here looking like we are kind of prone to short as well. We see just way weaker. We have this 50-minute as well. It's kind of all the pairs are kind of in the same situation, more or less. Here again, very highly resistant area. That's why I would expect us to short. But let's see. So they're all kind of in the same position. I would like these G buys because look at this. We did very light tap here on this hourly, and from here I would just be down to look for buys, or we might even come down lower to sweep. But we don't have a lot of opposing structure. That's why I would be down here to be buying, but we have to see, right, because we're kind of holding this. This structure looks a bit naked. This looks a bit weak. That's the problem. So we might see that deeper retest before. But here, if we look at price, we actually mitigated this inversion here. So that's why we might hold or we come lower. Overall, I still think we should be holding easily higher. And now we have this nice low to be sweeping here. So we're gonna look. I do relatively like this. Let me close. I have a lot of things going on. Boom. Okay, so the count is as 54.62, almost double, so from what we actually started, so that's good. We're gonna see. We're just, as usual, we're just really focused on taking good trades, and the results would just be a byproduct. Our focus should be just on consistent decisions and consistently good decision. I would say in this case, what is the consistent decision? Still, we can just easily buy off here. This is a no-brainer. We have clear high time frame being bullish. You have clear kind of liquidity on the high, so we should probably reach back into these. But euro, since we already took that this high right here makes it a lot riskier. I would actually, again, in cases like this, I very most often than not, I do like to short and to fill this gap most often than not. Same with basically all the pairs that we have. Let's analyze gold a bit. Gold already had a very good rebalance here if you actually pay attention. Already had this good inversion here, which if we retest, we can again look at buys, but I'm not sure I want to look at buys once we take liquidity, right? It's probably better to be patient and wait, because we might switch that structure. So I think I'm still looking at this sweep here. If we sweep, we have this this 1 minute FVG here. We have this range. The only thing I don't like is these equal lows right here. That's why maybe it would be the better choice to be looking at buys from these equal low sweep. But we're gonna see. Let's see. Maybe we don't really have a counter trend unless we inverse pretty much, and that's kind of it. So we're gonna see. But I do like GU here. The thing is, we have this 5 minute FVG, which we can definitely initiate off of. Definitely we can initiate lower. We see kind of some bearish order flow getting respected, but we're gonna see how we behave here. If we get an entry over this equal low sweep, it's more clear. It's a very high chance we just hold off here and just deliver towards the high. So this is gonna be my target. It's a pretty simple target, not really a lot of structure to be scared of here. We also see that this new week opening gap overlaps with our POI. That's why it's probably a good idea to look at these buys here, but we need to see some structure. For now, we're holding this bearish gap. Euro, as I said, I'm more likely waiting for the inversion. Here we actually are consolidating. This is an interesting consolidation. Usually it absorbs liquidity in this consolidation right here. And also we have a 50-minute bearish gap, so we can actually even have a short here towards this, but it's very short-lived and we don't really have internal liquidity. But we could use that 50-minute POI to be drawn lower, but it's not worth it trying to look for the short right here. It's better off, I would say, we actually come back into this inversion. Now here we fell, or we fell now, but I don't prefer looking at buys on euro because of this buy sell liquidity rate, and because of this big SFVG. I'm still kind of inclined to be drawn lower more than GU. Yeah, GU I like on looking buys because we don't have that that high getting taken. We have these very small highs, but they don't really matter that much. And we also see that how strong Asia is compared to euro. We see on euro it's a bit weaker. I don't know how to purely explain this, but we can see that GU is definitely stronger. So we're just looking to be buying off this 50-minute of the sell side rate here, and we're just looking to buy. It's a pretty simple idea. It's a no-brainer basically. You go and grab but we're looking like we're holding slightly bearish for now. But we're, as usual, we're waiting for a confluence higher. Yeah, that's pretty bearish opening, but we gotta see how we behave. I would say still we're a bit more likely on coming back into these equal lows because they look very weak, but we have to see. As I said, this can be a short on euro, but it's very short-lived. I wouldn't take something like this. We can do, yeah, not even a 1 hour, so it's just better off to be waiting. I see AU, if it inverses, we actually have a good trade to target this opposing structure. We target the next POI. This is one POI, this is the second POI, and we can actually be targeting around this low right here. We target all the trend lines. So if AU inverses, I'm pretty down on looking at shorts here because we have that buy sell liquidity rate. I would prefer us to come back a bit higher into this, but it's not a necessity, definitely. So if we short, we have this looks like a good gap straight off the bat, this gap here. But again, we're not gonna look at that. So I would prefer GU buys, but I think we're more likely to come back here in this right here, and then from here potentially buy. Right from here, I'm down to do a demo though. I'm down to do a demo just for funsies, just to test out my skill. because I really think we're gonna be bearish, at least for the first part of London here on GU. We're gonna be bearish towards this POI right here if we even retrace, but yeah, we're gonna see what it do. But GU apparently is the weakest in lower time frame. Interesting. Okay. But I would really say we're breaching back into this. I don't think necessarily this 50-minute inversion should scare us, but we should be. That's the kind of the bad part about this idea, because if we come lower, we inverse this. So probably would still be better to buy straight off the bat. But now since we have a pretty strong bearish range, we need to see some extra confluence. We need to see a leg. We need to see a strong leg, or we can straight off the bat just inverse this right here. Let me go on. I'm not sure you can hear this, can you? Okay, I think you can hear it now, but yeah. We're gonna see. I would still like buys here, but the bearish range is pretty strong in these two legs, so we have to be careful at that, definitely. Maybe we can also have like a short, yeah, the 50-minute gap is a bit bigger than what I would have expected. I would use this as an inversion, actually. We can have a short live, but look how we respect it, right? Like if we get extra confluence, we can look to target these lows here. Actually, if we leave from this, it's confirming that we're holding a bit lower, and we can look at a really short-lived idea here to target this unmitigated PI and not take a liquidity, basically. But we have Asian highs taken, and we would use that 50-minute inversion as confluence for us reaching back into here, and from here we can definitely buy. So yeah, I would still prefer the most optimal cases that we buy actually from here. So we're gonna see. Let me remove this because we might actually be buying, and this can be our idea. We have a lot of our potential on this trade. We have 4.5 actually, so depending on whether we inverse or not, it depends a lot how we behave, because this kind of dictates, this FVG right now, the small FVG dictates whether we hold lower towards these equal lows or we inverse and go higher towards the spice of liquidity. Oh, I also need to check the economical calendar. I haven't checked this today. Okay, today is decent. Today is good day. Let's see, tomorrow also a good day. We have nice. Okay, so we have a very good week. Okay, so we have a very good week for us to be trading in. Pretty low impact, but it's good for us to be trading in it. We don't have much much volume in a sense, or much volatility. See when Nasdaq did, yeah, oh yeah, it's basically all the pairs kind of did the same thing based on that impulse that we got on the news. But now we want to see that trend switch, right? Because we have this bearish order flow, we have bullish order flow, and we retrace within the range. So now the question is, okay, are we gonna hold a retracement trend, this one, and continue lower towards the sell side, or are we gonna resume bullish trend and continue this range that we have? Technically, in terms of structure, if you look at price, this is our structure points, and technically we would need to wait for this to get broken for us to be trading the buys, but that's not how I would buy here though. He was looking pretty bearish. We have this gap here, so I'm gonna monitor. I'm actually gonna put an alert at the low of the inverse in case we at the low of the AVG in case we inverse. That's what I was wanting to say. We see that for now this is a pretty bearish hold, so our idea is not really playable. This is our demo trade to target the sell side. If we actually leave from here, if we start breaking lower, I'm down to target the sell side, definitely. I moved this POI, my bad. So if we actually leave, like have a strong leave of this overall gap here and we impulse strongly lower, I'm down more down to be shorting, because we mean that we reach back into the sell side. But we see we have this 1 minute, so for me to be entering this, I have to see a strong displacement lower, definitely, for me to take this counter trend short. And I would like to see price leave this gray area, which is that 5 minute, not really the 5 minute, 3 minute actually. But if we actually look at the 5, this would be technically our POI. And yeah, and that's why it's very important, because if we break higher, we might be better off buying. So as I said, this gray FVG is gonna dictate whether what do we do next, because if we inverse it, we're likely on going higher, delivering towards that higher time frame high. If we actually hold and displace lower from it, we're very likely on reaching back into the sell side. So it very much dictates what we're gonna do for our session, right, in a sense. So GU again, naturally, I don't know, I've seen myself gravitate towards GU most lately. I'm not sure exactly why, but on GU, I don't know, we had a bit more clear opportunities. So now if we actually displace, we can take a trade to target this really nice low resistance sell side. So yeah, it's a very nice sell side. That's why I'm thinking we should draw here, because we also have that POI. So we're gonna see, right, because the 50-minute inversion is very big, the 50-minute gap is very big. So in this case, I wouldn't use the 50-minute gap as a confluence to be reaching lower. I would use this refined 3-minute, or my bad, 5-minute, for us to yeah, to use on what are we gonna do next. So it matters a lot what we're gonna do next. I want to see like a 3 big gap displacement somewhere, like something like this, what I would take it, right, with a 2R, something like this I would take for the shorts. That's a good start. If we form this candle like this and then form one more candle like this, I'm taking this short to, oh, okay, yeah, now we're looking like we're gonna reach lower. So let's see how this gap is gonna form. I want to see around what is gonna be my lot size. So I'm gonna do it on my second monitor to just see. Probably gonna do like $3 on this trade. We don't need a lot. I think $3 is fine. $3, $4. Yeah, this is a good start. So I might actually take this. On the demo, we already took it, but it was a risk entry. So I'm really looking on how we form this gap right here. I'm confident in the sell side. Basically, this is what caught my eye from the start of the session. So that's why I'm being inclined to draw lower towards here and take a liquidity and unmitigated POI. So we're gonna see how this gap forms right here, and we need how much? 8 lot size. Okay. Depending on how I would prefer doing a limit. Oh, that's very good actually. I was looking on TradingView on my broker. It doesn't necessarily look the same, but we're gonna see. Oh yeah, that's really good. This is a no-brainer trade. And take profit is going to be simple and these equal lows. You get a 1.16. Yeah, I'm down to take this. I wouldn't mark it, but I'm placing my limit here. I'm waiting for the candle to close, and we're gonna see. Let me make this song a bit quieter. Or my stop loss is actually here. In theory, it looks like a lot of R, but it's not that much R. So right now I'm gonna place. I would actually consider trailing lower on this, but in terms of R, it really limits us, right? It really limits us. So I'm just covering spread a bit here with this. So we're gonna see. For me, it's very clear we're reaching lower. I wouldn't mark it here. I still think this is a good area to retest. And from here, we have this lower resistance. Yeah, I'm just really confident on reaching lower here. We could mark it, but it's really garbage R if I would mark it. So I'm prefer waiting on this gap to get reached. So I'm gonna move this to my second monitor because yeah. And we're gonna ignore this the demo trade we took on the anticipation basically on reaching lower prices. And then when we left, and got more confluence, that's when I placed my limit actually on a live trade. So can I actually hide this? Because I don't really want it to be on my chart right now. Okay, so AU is inversing as well. AU is inversing, but we need more confluence. Yeah, this is probably just gonna leave, which is fine, I guess. It's fine. I don't see us retesting. Could have maybe marketed on this big gap lower, but I feel like in a case like this, I would have still wanted to see that third gap form. So I think, yeah, if we would have marketed here, it would be garbage. Yeah, it's just, in this case, this was the smartest decision to be making. My limit is here. We didn't look like we're gonna get tapped in. Most likely what we're gonna retap is this order block, but I'm not gonna trail my entry that much. Like, it's not even worth really being in a trade. It's probably just gonna draw into the sell side easily, like considering how we're displacing, how we reacted off that shit. But yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes you get missed. That's a part of trading, so we can't really be mad. Hi bro, how are you? How are you today? Are you planning on taking any trades? I don't know if I want to really trail my entry here, because this order block really screams for me. For now, I'm still gonna leave the entry open, because if we close this gap, we're likely to come back into this FVG. So we're gonna see actually. For now, entry still open. Yeah, Euro's very much bullish on the sweep of here. We actually be chilling on looking at higher prices. And gold as well, but yeah, this still stands for now. See if we get a retracement, or maybe we get tapped in. But you never know. Considering that we formed a gap, now it's more likely to hold off this, but I'm not gonna move my entry. Just in terms of art, this is the place I want to have my entry on. If we get missed, we get missed. There is what it is. We're gonna see. Gap still looks good. We would manipulate this order block, but we also have, this is one model that I see a lot, or I call it the delayed model. Is when we have two gaps and an order block in the middle. And what usually happens in a case like this is we hold this order block. We have one gap and we have one gap, and usually we hold this order block in the middle. But yeah, even though I know that this is more likely to hold, I cannot really move my entry here. It's just bad R. I don't think so, but yeah, we're gonna see. And it didn't even tap that order block. This gap also looks good, but still waiting on that premium retest. But as I said, it's probably just gonna leave, to be honest, into this. Maybe market it here. I'm not sure if I should have done anything different, basically. Maybe here, because we did, yeah, think about it, because we did have this inversion. That's what I forgot. We did have this inversion. We did have buyers getting rejected, which is one very huge confluence for me. And then maybe on this gap, I should have marketed instead of limit ordering, because see, we would have been kind of in the same place anyways. But I think this right here with this was enough confluence to be taking the trade. I didn't necessarily need to see this third candle close. That's what I say would make a difference right here. Yeah, because we already had, if we didn't have this inversion, yeah, limit order. But considering the fact that we had this inversion, we should have marketed. It's just a hard thing to do. Sometimes it's hard to navigate between markets and limit orders and knowing when to do each. But yeah, it's pretty clear that what matters at the end of the day is that my idea was right. And the entry is just a refinement, basically. So it's all good though, even if it works. Let's see AU. But AU, we need to see some sort of stronger initiation lower. This is still a good trade in my eyes, but we need to see, now we need to see some sort of retest. I would like to see initiation, a bit more retest, and then enter. Yeah, that would be good. I don't know if I would leave my entry open necessarily at this point, but I don't think it invalidates the trade. As long as these equal lows stay intact, I don't think this invalidates the trade. But we're kind of unlikely on reaching back into entry before going to sell side, but we're gonna see. Euro still stagnating. It looks way more bullish on lower time frame than the rest of the pairs, but still, hell no. We have this nice sell side here that can get swept. Gold, yeah, gold we can buy off here. Definitely we can buy, but I don't think I like this though. We'll see. A little later on, London, I think when you, yeah, I do like bearish cases on all the USD pairs, but I would like to see this inversed before thinking shorts on euro. On GU we already inversed that 50-minute. Euro is stronger, that's why I kind of prefer GU here. Now we're gonna see. Yeah, definitely should have marketed here. That's the difference. I didn't fully realize, but I should have marketed on this candle close. On us, basically could have even marked. Yeah, on this candle, basically I should have marketed. It was enough confluence. If this wouldn't be present, this inversion, yeah, limit order. But like this, yeah, market definitely. It was kind of ping ponging. Basically, that's what is kind of hard to do when you do both, when you don't have a rule to do only markets or only limits, is knowing when to do each. So when you already have enough confluence, you're doing markets. When you have enough confluence like this, you're doing markets. When you don't have enough confluence, you're doing limits. But sadly, my idea was right, but it is what it is. We live and learn. That's truly what matters at the end of the day. At this point, definitely I'm gonna delete my order. But yeah, my idea was right. That's truly what matters. I see Euro might be buying, but again, I don't like buying here because of this. I would still prefer geo buys once we reach here, but this is a very strong inversion. This is something I wouldn't really be buying into, to be honest. Kind of sad. Most likely, this was the idea for London, but we're gonna see. Yeah, or maybe even this candle. Technically, this candle right here, this doji should have come and tapped that order. That can be also detailed, but see, these are details of entry that when you're marketing, you don't leave price the room to make a misalignment like this, because this candle would have normally tapped us in and then go right, but it didn't. So when you market, you avoid, you kind of, I don't know how to put this, but you don't give price the opportunity to do something like this, right? To miss you on your trade. That's what happened on a trade last week as well, but it is what it is. Sometimes it's good market, sometimes it's good limits, but it just matters when, at this point, I need to see some extra confluence for me to take in, because the displacement is too big. Having a limit order here, I think it's risky. So maybe if we come back and then have another entry here, we can actually have an opportunity, because this sell side is still intact. That's what is good. This still left intact. Okay, gold looks like it's buying. Did we take? We did. That is weird. I wouldn't like buying here. Let's see if we get that extra opportunity on the retracement. Pretty impulsive, but I don't think it generally matters that much. I would like to see that deeper retracement, and then we target. We have even more sell side now. But yeah, let's see. Now we're forming this bullish gap. It's a pretty strong displacement compared to how this price like is looking. But let's see if we retrace. I want to see that, or we can just hold this order block, because we know we have an inducement. The order block is intact. Yeah, it might happen. This is very strong displacement, so I'm not sure I want to be buying into that. Let's see AU here actually, because AU inversed and now we're retracing. It's just that the range looks a bit weak. That's what I don't really like, and we don't have that clear target. We have a lot of trend line liquidity, but we don't have a clear target. Yeah, this is strong. Actually, this is very strong. Maybe it was a good thing that we didn't get tapped in. We would have got reversed before TP gets hit, which was the sell side, but we're gonna see. It's weird because the rest of the pairs are so weak and G was fucking flying. Yeah. As the shooting closing is good. The fact that I closed, but we gotta see still. I mean, having your entry open in such a displacement is definitely risky, in my eyes at least. Gold is probably gonna buy, yeah, but I don't like this price action. I don't like this actually, this new week opening gap. I don't like it, so prefer on just chilling. Okay, so for now it's actually respecting our entry. Maybe should have I left my entry open? I thought maybe I hurried on closing because now we would have definitely got untapped here. Yeah, I think that was a bit troll from my part. Because I kind of hurried on closing the entry, like my sell side got taken, but my entry should be technically closed only when I see sell side getting taken or my objective. Now that we actually left it intact, it's even more chances that we actually reach lower. So yeah, we would have gotten tapped in right here, something like this. But it is what it is. Now it's all good though. Decision is made. We gotta stick to it. And also there is a small chance we actually just go bullish of this gap right here, but nah, I would still say we're reaching lower. And we have this as well. I don't like this being open, so for me to retake shorts here, I need to see this getting mitigated. Otherwise I'm not entering, so I need to see something like this and then have a re-entry. That's kind of the only way I'm taking this. I mean, usually it's still iffy to leave your entry open after such a big displacement leg, especially into a gap like this, but I don't know. London opening, that's why. What do you mean? What do you mean London opening? Yeah, it's usually like a Judas swing London opening. It's a good start on AU. This right here. On reaching lower. Probably Jew will follow, but I don't like that big ass gap. And I'm not sure I want to be taking. This is in theory, it's a very good model because this previous daily high getting mitigated into 50-minute inversion, but what I don't like is our draw. We don't have a very strong draw. We have this POI, which is decent, but I would still like here to wait for this 50-minute candle to close, which is 5 minutes, and then kind of see how we behave. For me, a retracement means we form bullish order flow. This is not a retracement. This is not bullish order flow. It's just an impulse higher. So I want to see a proper retracement. But we would have got a fucking wicked here. I have to think about this, whether into this displacement, if it would have came slow higher, I think it would have been fine to leave your entry open. But into something like this, it's just too risky. We don't need to force any trades. I do really want to wait for something clean, as usual though. This is how I turn profitable, waiting for clean setups and taking the best decisions. Maybe we actually can come even deeper. Because now we are forming, this is a retracement. This is what I would call a retracement, because we see bullish for the flow. We see multiple 1 minute ranges form. That's good. That's a retracement. Until now, we haven't got a retracement. We just had consistent delivery lower. And let's see where equilibrium is. It's probably around, yeah, around premium prices, around here. It's interesting because it didn't take the sell side. I would still say we're reaching back lower though. I would still say we're reaching back lower into this and this POI. Oh, this is nice. And now we took this high. Let's see. Actually, let's see how we behave to this. Oh, that's a good reaction. That's a really good reaction. Yeah, if we would have left the entry open, it would have worked. This was my initial entry, my limit order. But that doesn't really matter if it works. What matters is, was it the right decision to leave the entry open, right? Into displacements like this, I actually don't know. I will have to look at this after the trade is over and then analyze. Okay, did I make the good decision? Did I not make the good decision? For me to enter this, re-enter it, it would mean something like this, and then kind of enter on a gap right here. But I would be kind of small, like short-lived in a sense. Probably, if this gap wouldn't have been formed, I would have left the entry open. But this gap significantly drops the chances of the trade working, right? In a sense. But we have to see. Yeah, that's a really good rejection. Yeah, this probably would have definitely worked. Maybe I should have trusted the trade a bit more. Well, but it is what it is. We live and learn. It's weird. It's a weird case. Because the fact that we didn't take sell side. I should thinking about this. The fact that we didn't take sell side doesn't invalidate our idea. It just, yeah, it doesn't invalidate the idea, but this gap makes the trade, leaving the trade open really risky. I mean, leaving the limit order open. It's interesting, the very least. So this time we're gonna see what happens, and we're gonna kind of conclude things later on. I would like to see us retrace back into this, this right here, and then maybe we get another entry lower, and we can take like a short-lived idea, something like this. But yeah, our limit order would have held, but I deleted it. I don't have it anymore. I'm really curious what's gonna happen. AU now kind of looks like it's gonna break. Oh yeah, AU's gonna break. And the trade, I think, is gonna work. We just had a very small intent on that FVG. I'm thinking whether I want to take this. It's interesting, at least. Don't have a lot of displacement though, but that's AU in London. Yeah, this would have worked. Is that now that we close it below, definitely gonna just deliver. And my entry would have held, but for me, it really matters in the long term what would be the right decision to do. Close your limit order here, because we didn't get tapped in. My limit order was on this FVG basically when we displaced, and we continue displacing without me getting tapped in. And then was it a good decision to leave your entry open or to skip the trade? And we have to think in the long term, not that we see the trade working now and that means I should have left my entry open. Nah, it's about the really long term here. It's kind of what confluence do we think is gonna hold more? The fact that we have this no-brainer sell side or this 1 minute FVG basically. So the answer is probably definitely draw. Compared to 1 minute FVG, the draw should be more significant and be more trusted about this trade, no matter what that we see a 1 minute gap. Context always matters more than what we see on the lower time frames, because look, in the 3 minute we didn't even have a gap. So this gap, yeah, probably still should have left it open though. But we're gonna see. It's interesting, at least. It's a case we can use to learn. This would have been the entry if I wouldn't have deleted my order. It would have been pretty crazy to get tapped in like this though. Yeah, probably should have believed a bit more into context and not really care about this 1 minute though, and still leave the entry open. Stop loss still relatively safe. Yeah, because confidence in draw was high since we opened today. I really saw these equal lows very weak, very low resistance. I'm just waiting on displacement. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna see, but it's a really interesting case to study. Or he might also just start, oh shit, okay. If it now starts failing, that's pretty bad. But I think it's just gonna hold this 1 minute inversion from here lower. I mean, it's pretty clear. Like, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. It's very likely just gonna hold lower of the inversion, but we can also fail, build a higher lower, start inversing long term. Euro still fucking weird, very fucking weird, Euro. And AU is still stagnating. Let's see gold. Yeah, gold did actually buy. Okay, I did say this, but I don't like gold. I don't really like gold anymore. Yeah, now we're very clear on reaching lower. This is very easy to dwell upon, probably on the next candle or two. There would have been a crazy trade. Just some how do I say? Some bad decisions, bad micro decisions. This is just refinement. It's just details. On the long term, it's just gonna get better, and next time we're gonna take this. But what matters is that our idea was correct. That's truly the only thing that really matters. The fact that we took this trade or we made money on this trade is just a detail. It's just something that, in the long term, yeah, we're gonna fix, my man. But yeah, this was a crisp trade. This is probably the only trade for London, though. I don't really see anything else. Because now, I would want to buy on GU, but look at this inversion. It's too dangerous. It's too big. And Euro still stagnating. We might get the sell on your AU, but AU is like gold. It's not really moving a lot in London, so not usually something you want to do. But it would have been crisp as fuck, I ain't gonna lie. But it's all good. This is probably the 10 pips setup, not even 7 pips. Like, come on. I don't know why it's struggling so hard. I think because of this 1 minute, but it's definitely still gonna displace below it. But probably this is why it's kind of having some rejections here. It would be crazy just to hold this 1 minute. Like, come on, why would you do that? Yeah, it's probably just gonna go. It's easy. Like, come on, it's 7 pips into soul side. It's very easy to do this. You shouldn't be struggling like this, but yeah. Okay, I do like this. I do like how AU is looking right now. But it would mean a strong displacement lower, and that's rare. That's rare to see on AU, on London. Bro, why is you struggling so hard? I don't understand. Such low resistance because of this consolidation. Come on, this is very low resistance. Why is he struggling? No way, it's actually reversing off here. I still think it's gonna go lower though. Why are we so slow, Gengi? Like, come on. Intuitively, I really like this gap. I like how we form this fractal high here. It looks like now we're forming that lower high and start breaking lower. Just, I don't know if I want to take it. But I do like this. It actually looks good, I ain't gonna lie. Like, intuitively, I like this. Target is not as clear. Okay. Okay, look at this order block. Jew probably already is gonna reach into that, but I'm thinking about this AU trade though. This high is pretty well protected because it's a fractal. Oh yeah, already rejected. Like, this is bullshit, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't like the displacement. It looks shit. And Geo's weird, bro. What is this? It should have been so easy. It's probably just fighting the orders from here, though. People are trying to protect their stop losses from here. It's clear that these buyers had their stop losses here. Yeah, this is slightly forced. In terms of context, it's good. But the displacement is shit. That's the problem. But we do have, look at this. It's actually pretty good. This 3 minute right here getting filled. Yeah, it's pretty good. Just the displacement is bullshit right now. We're gonna see. I'm considering actually taking this AU trade, but shit displacement at least for now, and not such clear target, but we can really anticipate us coming back into this. Why these displacements are very, how do I say, why we care a lot about displacement is because we very easily can just come higher because of this 50-minute FVG and come mitigate it and then leave further on. So we don't really want to hurry, but okay, now it's displacing. Again, maybe sometimes I hesitate too much when I shouldn't have really hesitated. Because look at this 1 minute, we could have definitely marketed here. Yeah, man, sometimes I'm hesitating too much, bro. But I still don't like the displays. Like, come on. I just don't like it. I'm not gonna get FOMO for this. I'm just gonna wait for something I like. If it works, it works. But I don't like this displacement. But the idea is definitely good. But now I'm getting really back. I haven't been so active this week, so it's gonna be slightly hard to, yeah, to get back into the mind of executing properly and consistently. But yeah, Euro looks like it's gonna inverse. That's good. We can look at shorts, but this is probably gonna be for New York though. I don't really think we're gonna get that much volatility for London. I mean, realistically, this displacement is shit. But the thing is, there are times when context carries the trade. When the context is so strong on reaching in a certain direction where you don't really care about having the perfect displacement or a good displacement. This right here might be the perfect example of that, to be honest. Okay, so GU actually reached that, yeah. W trade, but we deleted our order. So we took it on the demo though, but the demo I actually took it way higher. I took it from here, and the live was here, but I deleted my order. So yeah, again, the context. Sometimes you have, it's interesting because you're not gonna have very clean trades always, right? You're not gonna have trades that don't have opposing PD arrays, like in this case. It's just about really choosing and trying to understand which side is more likely to win, even with this, right? Even with this. Interesting. Okay. Still shit here, but yeah, this would have been a nice trade, definitely. A very short scalp, very short counter trend scalp, but yeah, we made a small mistake. That's the thing. Like in trading, that's what it's annoying because you can make one bad decision and it makes the difference between a win and a loss or a missed trade or so on and so forth. But it's all good though. I'm really not mad. I'm not really trading for money anymore. I'm trading to be consistent. But yeah, this was a clean fucking trade. I ain't gonna lie. The demo I took on a risk entry on the live, I wanted to see more confluence, but yeah. Still a nice trade. Let's see, maybe we get this AU though, but it's kind of forced, I would say. AU looks forced. Gold, come on. See, this is why I don't like gold, bro. It's bullshit. Like, come on, bruh. I would like buys here, but we need a lot of time to be buying here on G. We need a lot of structure to be buying here. I would like buys a bit more because we are on trend in a sense and we have these equal highs, but it's gonna take some time to actually switch trend bullish from here, so we have to see something like this, then see a retracement, then be looking to buy. So it's gonna take some time. But yeah, gonna learn from this. What I'm learning now more is about when to take, like, I don't even know how to explain this. Is I used to always look at trades like I don't want to see any opposing confluence. I don't want to see any opposing structure in my trade because that makes the trade risky. In this case, how is this 1 minute gap? But there's a lot of trades that are gonna be like this when you have some opposing or some confluence going against you. It's just about you thinking overall and on your idea of your trade, what is more likely to happen. Considering this, that sell side got stayed intact, This gap didn't mean shit. We shouldn't have cared about this gap, therefore we shouldn't have deleted the order. But I kind of deleted it out of impulse, in a sense, out of habit. Yeah, that's probably it, because you have to think about all the things, in a sense. I don't even know how to put it, but in my mind, it makes sense. Because if we would have taken the sell side and then print that bullish gap, that would have changed everything. Usually, I don't even close my limits until my take profit is getting hit. In this case, we didn't hit my take profit, so the trade should have stayed intact without being scared about it, really. Yeah, that's probably the choice. Yeah, I just closed too early. Should have kind of, yeah, this might be an kind of undisciplined mistake. Because, yeah, TP, the order should have been deleted once we hit take profit. We didn't hit the take profit idea, still stands no matter if this 1 minute. If this 1 minute would have gotten formed after we take sell side, that would have been very fucking risky. So yeah, most likely this was London for me, to be honest. I'm gonna pay a bit of attention to AU here, but this just looks forced. This was the idea for London for me. But it's all good. We live and learn always. This is how trading is. We live, we learn, we make mistakes. We make mistakes, we refine, and so on and so forth. This is just a detail, right? Yeah. I'm probably gonna journal this as well, but I need a small break. I'm not sure though. And we're actually pretty strong reaction higher. Yeah, but by now, this was my idea. We didn't even tap that 50-minute, but by now into this, very risky. We need to see it get cleared. But yeah, clean idea. Definitely clean trade today. Even though we didn't take it, I still see it as a W, because it's still a W at the end of the day. It's just details. I'm gonna take 5 minutes, wait. Sure. We're getting the strong reaction high, but still, yeah, this probably was random for me. I'm not probably not gonna hold the stream long. Yeah, see, bruh, how it looks like a four straight. I just said this, bro. I would have gotten definitely FOMO if this was the previous version of myself that would just, I don't know, unprofitable version of myself. I would definitely take this trade out of FOMO that, oh my god, price is living without me. I would have taken this and then this happened. Yeah, definitely would have taken this. But yeah, this was pretty much the opportunity for today. A small mistake is all good though. We live and learn. That's how trading is. Not every day is gonna be perfect, and even when you're profitable, the learning doesn't stop. There's still gonna be missed trades. There's still gonna be missed entries. There's still gonna be stop losses, of course. There's still gonna be mistakes you're gonna make, and it's just about it. It's really a continuous learning. It really is continuous learning. It never really stops. But yeah, this was actually clean as fuck in real life. Learning never stops. That's what trading is. It might be annoying. Sometimes it gets annoying. Sometimes I get tired of learning non-stop. But this is also the thing I love about trading. So yeah. I do want to see some bullish cases, but that's gonna be for New York. Definitely for New York. We didn't even tap that 50-minute VG here for me to be taking by, so we're probably still gonna get some intent lower. Yeah, now we're coming in. Now we're getting that retracement that I set into this order block, which again, like, come on, bruh. But yeah, pretty much every day is gonna hold a decent opportunity. This was a 7 pip. This is the power of scalping. It was a 7 pip move, bro, and it would have been 2 hours. Like, come on. But yeah, I'm not gonna force. This is the difference. This is the difference I made to go from break even to profit. I don't force trades anymore. I take only good trades that I like, and I only take. Yeah, I don't force anymore. That's the difference. I don't force trades anymore. I don't let feelings push me into bad trades. How it was here. I got FOMO for a couple of seconds, but I didn't execute on it. I said, okay, the trade still looks forced. I'm not gonna take it. Past version of myself, I would have taken this, and yeah, this on the long term, these losses like right here really hurts you. That's why I'm winning so often right now, because I don't force trades anymore. I just take what I know looks good, and I know what I see look good. I'm not even trading with a like very strict strategy. In this case, it was like a 50-minute inversion. It was kind of, yeah. It was a retraceable trade, like a 50-minute inversion. What's good, bro? What's good? What's good? Deleted my order on this. TP got hit, and yeah, that's pretty much it for today. This wasn't like a very, I don't know, 50-minute inversion to sell side and mitigate POIs. I always trade towards untaken liquidity or internal liquidity and unmitigated POIs. The rest is just details, to be honest. Like a 50-minute inversion, external liquidity getting taken into an entry, and that's just details, to be honest. I don't even think about it so much about the trades I take. It's just about timing, confluence to take entry into that direction, and drawing liquidity. I feel drawing liquidity is the most important, really. Like being really confident that, okay, price is gonna draw in a certain direction. That's just it. That's what changed. But we're gonna see. I'm curious how things are gonna go once I'm gonna buy a funded. That's gonna be September, October, maybe. But yeah, things are going pretty well. I wouldn't really like, bro. I win so often right now, and I don't do that to brag or get overconfident. But yeah, this was the skip trade, but I win so often. I win so often now. I don't know how I got here. It's just, I think, reps. To be honest, it's just reps, never really stopping to improve. That's probably what's most important. Really never stopping, and just at some point you reach such a high level of experience that you're automatically gonna take winning trades more than losing ones. It's just about not letting emotions push you into trades that you shouldn't have been taking, and that's a very hard thing to do. It took me 3 years to reach this point where I don't force trade so often, and it's not even gonna stop. Like, it's still gonna be slips, it's still gonna be day when I'm gonna force trades, but what it matters is that this happens, let's say, once or 2 weeks. At first it happened pretty much every single day. Then I got better when 2 days per week I wouldn't, not 3 days per week I would force a trade. Then it would got to 1 day per week I force a trade. It just gets less and less. It never really truly stops. It just happens less frequently in a sense. But yeah, that's truly what makes you profitable. Even if you trade a mechanical strategy, what makes you profitable is stop forcing trades. It sounds so simple, but it's so hard to do on the long term. Showing up every single day and only taking trades you like, that's the hard part. It's really hard not to let the fact that you want to make money push into a trade, or not get FOMO that a trade is leaving without even taking a bad decision. It's so many emotions that always arise. You don't really escape them, never. You get better at not letting them influence your decision. I feel like that's the difference. But yeah, this was it for today. I don't know why my eyes hurt, bro. I'm not. I got. I'm not used to sitting in front of the charts anymore. I took a 1 week break, and yeah, this also looks good. Oh, wait. Wait. We might have a good trade here, but this placement is hella fucking big here. Now we just came. I just said this even before. I said we might come back into this 50 minute, this is a good displacement, but it's very big, very big. I like this sell side, but I do want to see that retracement. So maybe we have another opportunity, but I would be still really careful not. Let's see a retracement. My eyes fucking hard as fuck, bro. I'm not used to sitting in front of the charts anymore. But we're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on this. If we get a retracement, this is my only shot at today's London. Okay, Euro displaced massively. Geo looks like it's still gonna work. But yeah, if we retrace, oh shit. We're hella fucking displacing. We're gonna see, but this is a big ass fucking displacement. God damn. Oh shit. What is this, bro? What it is? Big ass displacement. But we're gonna wait definitely on the retests. And we're gonna see. I'm sorry, but I need to go like drink a coffee or some shit. I'm still gonna keep the stream open, but I need a small break because my eyes fucking hurt. We're actually gonna carry that version 10 today, looks like. But we need to see that retracement definitely on this 50 minute version on Euro, and on AU we only need a retracement within this price like to be taking a short. So meaning, yeah, something like this, just coming back into equilibrium, give it another entry, and then I'm gonna take it. It's gonna be my idea definitely. What do I say? Oh, never mind. Yeah. Nice, bro. Sheesh. That's crazy. If you caught this short, good job, bro. That's good. It's a crazy short. That's crazy, though. Where did you short, though? Here or where? I don't really see. Probably here. There's a wick. I'm not sure where you shorted, but yeah. Let's see this. I'm waiting on this. I'm gonna look at on my phone. I'm not gonna be on the charts for like around 30 minutes. But considering the size of this displacement, I don't know if we're gonna get a retracement. But I'm gonna still wait for it. restart area. Oh, you guys are still on stream. Okay, my bad, bro. um, yeah, I would still prefer not looking at EU and looking at Euro though. I do like Euro since it's weaker. We have Sosa getting intact, so I do really like Euro way more here. So I'm probably gonna look at Euro. This is gonna be the last opportunity I'm looking at for London. So we're gonna see if we do have some. I still believe in us holding lower from here. AU is just not really it, because we did come kind of into this order block, and I do not prefer really shorting the second best pair. For me, clearly Euro's weaker here. Geo reached, draw back lower into that 50-minute VG. Now we have that buy potential, but Euro, I still do believe we're reaching back into these Asian lows. It's very clear liquidity for me, very clear draw. We have a 50-minute gap with a 50-minute inversion, so the context of the trade is solid. We also have the higher time frame liquidity getting rated. Also another inversion here, so it's very clear on reaching lower. So this trade actually is good, even potentially high risk, but we need to see some structure. That's the only difference. Basically, we need to see some structure here. I like to see a liquidity rate preferably, but yeah, we're gonna see. I do like Euro the best, so that's what I'm gonna watch for. It's relatively short-lived. It's only like a 10 pip, but that's that's the only thing we actually need. So if this gets inverse, we're sure up taking it. Sure up taking it is a very simple idea. It's nothing. There's not worth overcomplicating this trade. It's very simple. We get our 2R 1.5 at least, and that's it. We don't need more than that. And we retested this inversion, the 50-minute inversion. We just have a lot of confluences on reaching lower, so we're chilling. And also we have this 50-minute we can be throwing towards, but we need to see where the flow starts switching bullish. I wouldn't really expect us to be holding bullish off here, so still really expecting that short move lower, really. But we have to see. AU, yeah, not looking to short this. I don't like it. GU clearly not. So only Euro. Gold actually ended up printing lower. Yeah, it's just weird as fuck, bruh. Gold. I said I didn't like that new week opening gap. We're actually printing lower. There's a very strong absorption of liquidity, very likely on just pursuing lower prices from here. But let's see if we get some sort of continuation pattern on Euro here, on continuing lower. But yeah, it's a very solid idea, very simple. Nothing to overcomplicate about this trade. Like, this is just that inversion and I'm taking it. It really is very clear on us reaching towards the south side. Overall, there's times when it doesn't happen, of course, but still pretty confident on us doing that. Or we might get it very late on in the session. That can also be a case. My eyes really hurt. I don't know why. I probably need to change my glasses, to be honest. My eyes really hurt, but let's see if we inverse. Slightly dangerous this, but I don't think it matters. Now that the 50-minute candle closed, I would like to see one other move higher and then pursue lower prices. But yeah, I'm gonna do this like this. I'm gonna move it to my second Mara. I really feel like I need to do something else right now. So until Euro really provides a setup, if it does, I'm probably gonna play, because my eyes hurt. I cannot really sit and watch. Yeah, watch this. Really hurts my eyes. I don't know if gaming really helps, but I'm gonna game. I don't give a shit. But yeah, we're still gonna wait for this. It's probably still gonna happen, very likely. So that's what we're waiting for. Let's see. What did I want to check? As soon as the inverse happens, we can even mark it here. This is a case of market. Or limit. Limit is fine as well. Oh, never mind. We're already getting the displacement lower. We don't necessarily need to reach back into that 50-minute here, because we did reach into the inverse. I like how the bodies are respecting here, but unless we actually inverse below this, doesn't really mean shit, right? Until we inverse, of course. actually gonna stop my audio for my background. I'm gonna stop the song real quick, but boom. Let's see. We're gonna play a bot game. Boom, boom. We're waiting on this. Sometimes, yeah, as I say this many times before, sometimes it's okay to do other things while you're waiting for a trade, while you're in a trade. I don't really recommend it, but yeah, let's see. Actually, I'm gonna pause a bit just to wait to see, because we might be just displacing right now. Again, this is a case where I would wait for the second inversion to happen, since the displacement is also pretty weak. So I do also want to see approximately what my lot size is, just to kind of have a plan if we do give the entry, right? It would be a sell limit. Just looking at this like this. Advanced options, stop loss would be here. I'll do like 0.5, $2, and do like 3.07. Okay, around 0.7 lot size. So we need on this. I would have maybe taken it if we had formed a bearish gap here and this not, but yeah, still waiting. Okay, that's very bullish for now, but yeah, apparently we might come back and tap into this. It's very similar to what AU did here. And that would be our buy sell liquidity rate as well. If we rate this side, that would be perfect, or we can also break lower right now, so that is also an idea. We gonna see. Haha. But yeah, this was a clean opportunity today. So that's how I usually have. I have 1 to max 2 really good opportunities in per session in general. When I started scalping, I used to trade so hard, bro. I used to have fucking 7 trades per day, 8 trades per day. Now I have like 2, 3, at most 3. Because yeah, you need to hit your head first and realize, okay, these trades are not worth taking, this is worth taking, these are not worth taking, and something you have to hit your head first to realize. And this is pretty strong for now. Oh shit, I forgot. But now we rated liquidity, so now if you break lower, that's actually perfect to be taking these shorts. London low is low resistance. Everything is pretty much low resistance. We have Asian lows, we have pretty much everything we need. Now we have this that we need to see also inversed. That's one of our signs that we're looking at. Okay, we're getting some momentum. Oh, that's good. That's actually pretty good. I'm waiting a bit to see how the gap forms. I'm actually gonna leave my game because it looks like we're kinda now it's no, you can really play around and just not pay attention. Let me move again. What are you trading tonight? I'm trading euro. We had one trade that I missed on GU, but euro mainly. I'm looking to continue these shorts lower. If you're still here, oh yeah, we rejected for now, but I don't really be worried too much about it. I want to see on the broker how we behave. Okay, oh yeah, we're getting I would actually have the confidence on shorting straight off the bat here, but to be honest, unless it's just kind of gamble if we don't inverse that shit. So even if I'm confident in a trade, we cannot really force an entry like this. So yeah, we cannot really force anything unless we see what we want, of course. Let me move again to my second monitor. Yeah, that's a very funny rejection for now, because with this rejection we not only rejected this, but we also rejected this, because see how the body's closed. But on the broker as well, if you look at price, we had these equal highs. Right here. So this is our buy side liquidity rate, and now if we see that bearish intent, it's gonna be pretty much perfect for us to be taking the short. Now this 1 minute becomes really relevant because we made so many rejections on it. So yeah, solid, pretty solid if we break lower, of course, which very likely we're gonna do. AU is very deep in premium prices here, but yeah, very strong compared to the others. But yeah, this is a no-brainer trade. It's very low resistance. It should easily reach back if we support price lower. I should move my chat slightly lower like this. I think it looks better, especially on trading view. It looks pretty clean. Let's see if we carry on. Now we have this lower time frame buy liquidity rate, so let me check again. Yeah, that's chilling. We're chilling. GU still stagnating. AU clearly very strong, so we don't want to be doing shit. This is a nice wick here. We're probably gonna hold lower on gold, but yeah, this is the only opportunity I'm waiting for. If we get this fine, okay, we're gonna have a trade. If we don't, that's all good though. I'm not looking to force any trades. The trade that was today was that GU trade, so yeah, we will have a lot of opportunities in New York. By the way, I kind of seeing how the market is setting up, but you have to be patient, of course, as usual. But now we're looking good. I do like how the candles is looking for now. But we need to see some momentum, definitely. Without momentum, without a displacement lower, this trade is just a gamble. I like that we don't have a lot of bullish momentum. We're just like stalling and we're consistently like rejecting strong buyers in a sense. I like how we're looking for now. But of course, we need to see the displacement lower. If we don't see it, it doesn't mean anything what we're having right now. We need to time our entry well. That's what I realized. Like entries are just timing. To be honest, timing your entry well. And timing your entry well is timing it when you see kind of seller step in our case. Oh my god, I made it so fucking clean. Okay, for once in my life. Get it done, bro. Get it done, brody. Give me a fucking AR, bruh. What is it doing, bruh? Give me an AR. Okay. No one, bro? Really? No one at control center, which is crazy. I like that we're kind of absorbing liquidity. I like this actually. Oh shit. The fuck are you, bruh? Yeah. I like how we're stalling, but yeah. As a start, it looks good. I like how we're stalling above the highs, though. I really like it. It's a good start, at least. Maybe we can also, there's a potential that we just go towards the sell side in New York session or lunchtime. That can also happen since we had a pretty strong move lower. A bit focused, my bad if I didn't talk. You, bruh. Okay, Okay, that's I still see it going lower definitely though here. I definitely see price going lower. Morți la mai ta să te fut. Tu-s morții, mătii. Bruh. People that are playing snipers and resurgence deserve to be run over by a fucking bus. Let's see that intent, but I would actually be confident or trading lower here even if we don't see that inversion though, I would say. That's still not real momentum behind the move, so still not really in until we see some. But I think it's the start of the break lower in a sense, if that makes any sense. Still lack of displacement, still not it to enter right here. Definitely risky. Till we see some real displacement, we not entering the shit right there. Ooh, shit is close, bruh. Give me some armor, bro. Give me some armor, bro. Ooh, I'm hit. Ooh, bruh. Sometimes I'm him. Bruh. Looking like we're starting to be bearish. Not that certain, definitely, for now. But we're looking like we're failing that lower high. But we still need to see some displacement. Okay, we're still bullish, apparently. Ooh, I'm him. Ooh, I'm him. I'm sorry for not being really talkative, but yeah, I'm just playing. I'm focused. See, this is why sometimes it's just a waste of time to be waiting for a trade to play out, right? Because bro, I'm fucking surrounded, bro. So annoying. That was annoying indeed. Okay. Oh shit, my mic almost fell. I don't know how. Yeah, not really looking like we're getting that move. So, no, I'm not in sales yet, bro. I'm just waiting for this. I'm waiting for a sell idea, but yeah, we're not really looking like we're getting it. At least now, maybe so later on. But yeah, I'm waiting for a sell idea. I'm not yet into shorts though. Just it looks good for now. We're very retraceable. It really looks okay on looking at lower prices, but we definitely need to see some displacement. It's probably just stalling for timing, to be honest. But we're gonna see. I still like us being very share. It's just that, yeah. I do like these low resistance lows. I do like Asian lows and this London low being built, but big displacement, big retracement. That's how it usually happens. Let's see if we still get it. I'm not really like necessarily wanting to trade right now, but if I see something clear, I'm gonna take it. Yeah, as I said, Geo still stalling AUD pullback, but we might see that intent lower, but still we need to see something really serious. If it would be for me to short, I'm definitely choosing Euro because it's the weakest pair. I don't want to be shorting anything else rather than Euro right now. It's still retracing. We're still stalling for timing, maybe. I'm not sure actually. Or we're stalling for proper retracement. Maybe we're hunting for this. Actually, we can be doing that. But we have what I say? What is this zone? This 15 AVG. We should be holding it overall, I would say. Sort of stalling very hard. We're just retracing. I mean, that's how it usually happens. When you have very strong displacement with no significant retraces, we usually do that later on, right? We're hunting for some more premium prices, I would guess here. For that, probably that AVG, to be honest. Even if it looks small and even if it's the 1 minute, that's what we're probably hunting for. The fact that we're retracing dip, that was what I was thinking, is actually a good sign because it means we get more R. If the idea still is strong, and it is in my eyes, we're really chilling, to be honest. We get more R. Because now this is what I like to see for retraces, that we're actually coming really slow to retrace. We're not very strong momentum, we don't see big ass bullish gaps form, so as long as we don't do that, for me, the trade still looks really good. But I definitely need to see a serious displacement because now is usually when I close my session. So I really need to see something serious for me to be taking this trade though. I like to see like a big swing. I would definitely like to see structure switch first. And after we switch, I want to see a retracement because now we spend a lot of time on the retracement move. So we don't want to hurry on entering, especially on the 1 minute. That's why what is different really, because we have to be way more careful when we enter. Okay, that's a good start actually. Question is, do I want to enter right now? Still getting rejected a bit, yeah. Still too early. Still stalling, still not real movement behind the move, so just gotta be patient. We didn't even tap that 1 minute FVG, so again, just being patient at the end of the day. So no real intent. And we don't chase, we just wait for what we want to see. Looks like it's about to switch bearish, yeah, that's for sure. But for entering, it's still too early, definitely. But it looks like it's soon about to switch bearish. That's what I see here. Okay, never mind. We're still bullish. Let's see of that one, man. If we respect it, we might have a chance of reaching lower prices, but otherwise we don't. So yeah, we're just bullish for now. Yeah, this is probably it for today. We ain't really looking like we're gonna have much. Maybe later on, yes, but for now we're looking like we're disrespecting that, so it doesn't really look like we're getting British momentum. It just, yeah, we kind of invalidated that. Maybe later on, right? Maybe later on. For me to enter the trade, I would need to see like a big ass swing and then see structure again, confirm that lower high, and from here look to be taking those shorts lower to target these. But I don't say the idea will not happen. It's just that right now it's unlikely to happen by how we're behaving generally. So yeah, that was probably it for today. We had let me mute a bit. So let me also move this to my second monitor 1 second. So we basically had this Jew trade where I deleted my order on, right? It's very clean trade. There was two mistakes. One, I could have marketed here. Second, on the limit order, I shouldn't have deleted because we didn't take sell side. I should only delete my orders when I take sell, when we take our profit, and that's when we validate the trade. I was scared of this, and when I should have been, we have to jiggle confluences and realize what side is more likely to hold. Our trades are not all going to be perfect. We know opposing structure, so we have to be taking and really analyzing what side is more probable to happen. Still take our trades regardless of this really small 1 minute AVG. The fact that sell side was intact, it was enough for us to hold the trade regardless of this 1 minute AVG. So that was the mistake, but it's all good. This was the trade for today. And I'm gonna see you for New York. We're gonna see what we have. It's interesting. We're gonna see. I would still like seeing those souls, but again, something like this I'm waiting for, and this is gonna take a lot of time to deliver, to form. So I'm gonna see you in New York in like 3 hours from now. Yeah, 3 hours from now. So thank you for being here, even though I wasn't that active. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna see you.